Hi, and thanks so much for tuning in today. My name is Shannon. I am a certified wellness coach, yoga instructor, sound healer, and Reiki practitioner. And you may see my cats roaming through today. They are special guests on the channel, so they're going to be practicing right along with us. And today we are going to go through yoga poses that you can do with a strap. Straps are so great because they allow support for our body and they allow us to go deeper into poses so that our body can get an even greater stretch. Specifically, a strap can help with opening up the shoulders. A strap can help to lengthen the hamstrings, and a strap can help to support the hips. Now, if you don't have a quote yoga strap, you can always use a towel, you can use a blanket, you can use the tie of a bathrobe. You could even use a belt. So get creative, use your household items. I'm also sitting up on a cushion today just to give my hips a little bit of extra support. And then I'll be demoing a pose where you can use blocks or thick books as well. But there's always options to adjust poses if you don't have props today. When you're ready, grab hold of your strap or whatever prop you're using in place of a strap. We're going to start by, also makes great cat toys. We're going to start by opening up the shoulders. So if you are seated by a wall, make sure that you've got plenty of space around you so that you can reach up and overhead. So take your strap and place your hands on it pretty wide. Now, the tighter that your shoulders are feeling today, the wider you're going to want your hands on the strap. And this is something I like to do called shoulder flossing. It's really great to do in the beginning of the day as you're opening everything up. So place your hands pretty wide on the strap. As you inhale, you'll bring the strap up and overhead, pausing briefly. And then as you exhale, you're going to reach it back behind you. Then you'll inhale to lift it up. You can always bring the hands out wider if you need. And then exhale to lower. Good. Always helps to do this with a smile on your face. Another time where this can be really helpful to do is if you've been seated at a desk or typing on the computer or even driving for long periods of time. Sometimes we tend to slouch a little bit, and so that whole upper neck and back and shoulders can get tight. So really great way to get the blood flowing, get those cobwebs out, stretch everything open. Good. A few more. Moving with the pattern of your breath. Good. And it's such a meditative practice to do this one too. Anytime that you connect breath to movement. 2 more. Good. 1 more. Beautiful. Now, lift the strap back up above your head, and by now you may already feel that the shoulders and the arms are working. Put a little bit of tension in between the fists so you can really feel that activation. And then lean over to the right, getting a huge stretch down the intercostal muscles, the rib area, opening up through that side body. Allow your chest to be nice and proud and tall. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale over to the other side. Good. Opening up, really grounding through both sits bones here. Allowing the stretch be in the upper rib cage and middle part of the spine. Good. 1 more inhale. As you exhale, bring it back up. Good. Now you can lower the strap for a moment, and we're going to get a shoulder stretch as well as a stretch in the upper part of the arm. So you'll actually bring the strap behind you, and you'll take your left arm and you'll bring it kind of up Your right arm is going to reach out to the side. You're going to turn your thumb down, and then you're going to wrap it behind you and grab hold of that strap. Now, if the shoulders and arms are feeling pretty open today, you may not need the strap. You can always grab hold of your shirt, or you could even interlace the hands if that feels good for you. Good. Sit with a nice, tall, proud spine. Good work. Keep breathing. And then go ahead and release that. You did that stretch today. Now we're going to do the other side. So you'll take your hand and you'll reach it up, strap coming behind you, and then your opposite arm is going to reach over to the side, thumb pointing down, and then go ahead and wrap it behind your back. Find that strap. Now the closer the hands are together, the deeper of a stretch it's going to be. You may notice that your hands are closer in one direction, maybe they're further apart on the other side. So just witnessing. Good. Breathing through this stretch. Try to release any tension that you might be holding on to. You're clenching the jaw, the forehead. If you're holding on to tension in the legs, and then let that go. Beautiful work. Now you're going to clasp the hands behind the back, pulling the strap in between both hands. Roll the shoulders down and back and breathe. So anytime in yoga, when they say to clasp the hands behind your back, a strap is so helpful because it just allows for a little bit more space and ease. And I'll show you. So this is what it looks like from behind. I've still got a nice little clasp, but I'm not straining. My shoulders feel nice and spacious. Good. One more inhale. As you exhale, release. Good. Bring the strap in front of you. We're going to come into Janu Shirshasana using the strap. And again, you can sit on a cushion for a little support. So you'll bring your right leg out long, and then you'll bend your left knee, placing the foot on the inner thigh. You'll take your toes and you'll reach them up towards the ceiling to engage the leg. And then you'll bring the strap and you'll loop it around the ball of the foot. Good. Now, coming up nice and tall, take an inhale. As you exhale, start to fold forward any amount here. Say hello to my other cat, Elton. Decided to say hi. My cats don't make it in many videos, but they are here today for yoga. You'll have to let me know in the comments below if you've got pets and if they enjoy doing yoga and exercising with you. Mostly my cats like to tear up my yoga mats, unfortunately, but we love them anyways. Good. One more breath here, maybe going a little deeper, but still keeping the integrity of the spine. Another reason I really like the strap is because you can extend the spine while lengthening and stretching the leg. One more inhale. And then exhale, release that. We have two sides, so we got to even it out and do the next one. Extending the leg, toes up towards the ceiling, flex the foot, and even spread the toes a little bit wide here to engage that foot. Take the strap, loop it around, it'll lengthen through your spine. And it's totally fine to stay nice and upright, especially if you're still feeling the stretch, especially if this is not part of your normal daily routine. But if you want to take it a little deeper, you can start to fold down, no pressure. In yoga, it's okay to have a challenge. It's okay to find your edge, but you never want to feel burning, tearing, ripping. So noticing when it's okay to go a little further, and also noticing when it's driven by your ego and it's okay to back off a little bit. Good. And then think about even like your body, your belly button turning towards that leg. One more inhale. And exhale, slowly come up. Beautiful. Now we're going to transition to the top of our mat in a standing pose. You can get there any way you want to get there. So if you're feeling like you want a little more active transition, you can set your strap off to the side if you'd like. You can move any props out of the way. You can take a quick downward dog if you would like. Again, just options to explore. Maybe you start to take that into a forward fold at the top. You could, of course, skip all that and just come into a standing position whenever you feel ready. And eventually making your way up. Good. Now we're going to use the strap for a couple standing poses. So grab the strap again. Just kind of have it nearby. We're going to start with the right leg in front. Left leg is going to step back, and you're stepping back in a warrior one footed stance. So warrior one, right foot and right toes are facing forward. Left back toes are angling at about a 45-degree angle. Now, the wider you have your feet, the sturdier of a base you're going to have. You'll bend your front knee and then start to lengthen your spine. Good. And then here we are. So where we're going with this is a humble warrior pose. So traditional warrior one, arms will be up. Humble warrior pose, your hands are going to come behind you in clasp. Now, the reason we have the strap today is because the strap is going to assist us with the clasp. So you'll take your strap, you'll take it behind you, clasping your hands, holding and pulling that strap apart. And now start to feel that opening in your chest. Oh, one of my favorite stretches to do while standing. So we get the strength, we get the balance here, and we get the heart opening. So you can stay right here, or you can start to fold forward and down, allowing your head to drop down to the inside of the right knee. Good. Now pull that front hip back as the back hip comes forward. Really extend the arms up. Press that strap apart. Surrender with your head. Flow with your breath. Good. Any tension that you're holding on to unnecessarily, start to let that go. Good. And then slowly start to come up. You can bring the strap back in front of you. Take a big step forward. And then we're going to do the other side. So step the right foot back. Set your warrior one base. We're not really holding or doing warrior one, but it's more so to really press the feet. Now, of course, you can always readjust things as you get into it. You may need a wider stance. You may need to step the feet a little closer together. And sometimes the hips just don't want to follow. So be gentle with yourself. Be kind here. You can even kind of test it out by doing a little warrior one. See how that feels. See where you could maybe find a little more space, a little more ease. And then take that strap behind you for the heart opener. Now, you can always stay upright if this feels like a good enough stretch. Try getting that chest opening as you pull that strap apart. Let the shoulders melt down. You can stay here, or you can start to drop that head to the inside of the left knee. Just don't want any tension in the back of the neck. And then maybe you start to really lift the arms up. God, really feeling that back of the heart opening. Such a powerful pose. We surrender to all the things in life we can't control. We open to the heart, doing everything with love and kindness. Oh, buddy. Cats love to do yoga. It's the truth. Good. One more inhale. Long, slow exhale. And then gently starting to come up. But doing so really mindfully so that you don't feel that rush or that lightheadedness. And if you do feel lightheaded, it's okay. Just take a moment to reset. Now we're going to practice a balance pose with the strap. We're going to come into hand to big toe pose, but instead of having the hand on the toe, we're going to use our strap friends. So we'll start today standing on the right leg. I'll flip my orientation here. So right leg is going to be the base, left leg is going to come out to the side. So now if you've got a wall next to you or a sturdy piece of furniture that you want to use for your balance and support, that's always totally okay. So now take the strap, loop it around your left foot, and then you can hold the strap kind of like towards the end. So our strap is going to assist us. You can put your right hand on your right hip for a little bit of stability. And then you're going to start to lift the left leg. You can take it out to the side, and perhaps this is enough. Or maybe you start to walk the strap up a little bit more. Maybe you go even closer, like coming out to the side. And of course, you can always take breaks, try it out a little bit. But ultimately, we want to get to a place where we're fully balancing on the right leg. Left leg is fully extended out to the side, and we're opening up. So just something to play with, something to experiment with, see how it feels. Let's go ahead and try the other side. You don't have to hold it for a really long time. It doesn't have to be perfect and stable. Our balance changes each day, so just something to try, something to explore. All right, let's do the other side. This time our base is on the left. We'll strap it around the right. Left hand comes to the left hip. Now start to shift the weight. Bring your right leg over to the side. I always like to gaze at something that's not moving. And then maybe you start to walk the strap a little closer. But I like to flex my foot here. This helps me remember to engage. You can always kind of take a moment, reset, rebalance. We'll do it one more time. Maybe you're able to really rock that strap up a little bit. I usually like to have my opposite arm up at some point to kind of counter the balance, but play around with it, do what feels good for you. When you feel like you've had enough, you can always release and just do a little shake, a little shimmy to kind of just get everything out. All right, so now we're going to make our way down to the mat. You can bring your cushion back with you if you'd like. We're going to come into our seated forward bend, Paschimottanasana. It's one of my favorite positions to do with a strap. So bring your legs out long in front, nice tall spine. You'll wrap the strap around the balls of both feet. And then you'll start to kind of shimmy your spine nice and tall. Take an inhale. As you exhale, hinging forward from the hips. Start to walk your hands down the strap. You don't have to go very far, but if you start to notice that rounding in your spine, maybe try to back off of it a little bit. Keep that length and that stretch. Good. And as the hamstrings start to open, perhaps you can fold a little bit deeper over time. The strap just helps make this pose a bit more comfortable, a bit more accessible. Good, one more inhale. As you exhale, start to come up, shake that out. All right, and then you can move your cushion if you're using one off to the side. Great. Now, if you're near a wall, you want to make sure that you've got kind of like one side where you can really reach and extend. We're going to come to hand to big toe pose, but we're going to do it laying down. So it's a very similar position to what we were doing when we were standing and balancing, but now different orientation. So go ahead, lay down, have your strap nearby. And we're going to lift the right leg first. The left leg can start bent with the foot on the ground. Right leg, you'll pick it up. You'll bring that strap around the ball of the foot. Good, and you can kind of just stay here first and ease into that nice hamstring stretch. Perhaps you decide to lengthen the left leg. You may need to walk your hands down the strap a little bit. Yeah, my hamstrings are feeling very tight. It's been a while since I've done this one. So don't be hard on yourself. If you need to keep a bend in the knee, or if you can't lift the leg very far, it's okay. Now start to transition the strap into the right hand. Left arm can come out to the side for a little counterbalance, and then you'll start to take the right leg up and off to the side. Good. Feeling that hip opener. And breathe. You can let the eyes get heavy here. And then slowly start to take it back up. But now if you've got enough room to the side, I kind of have to shimmy a little bit. You can take that leg up and over into a reclined twist. And then the right arm can start to unfurl a bit, coming off to the right. And now I still don't quite have enough room on my mat here, so my leg is sort of entrapped by the wall, but you can get really into the stretch and you'll feel, yes, a twist, but also this huge stretch all the way down the leg. Relaxing into it, finding that ease where you can. And then releasing, coming back to center. Now just take a moment before we do the other side. Extend both legs out long, and just notice for me, does one leg feel a little bit taller than the other? That's pretty common after this. That's how much we can lengthen the hamstrings. So let's do the other side. Bend both knees, loop the strap around the ball of the left foot. Good, now you can stay right here, really getting into the hamstring and the calf. See if you can let your shoulders melt down a little bit. Perhaps you straighten the right leg. Yeah, they're tight. It's great. And you'll notice that every time you do this, the hamstrings are going to feel different. So if you've been seating a lot, then you might notice that the hamstrings are a little tighter. If you had a big workout, maybe they're a little tighter. Good. Now, making sure that you've got enough room. Hold the strap in the left hand. Right arm is going to come off to the side. And left leg is going to come off to the side. Good. That same hand to big toe pose, but the strap variation that we did standing, we're now doing here. So it's fun to see these poses in different orientation. And then coming back to center. Now switch the strap in the other hand. Left arm is going to reach out as you come into that nice supported reclined twist. Good. Allow the breath to flow nice and deep. Feel that stretch all the way down. And then gently come back to center. Take a moment, make sure that the legs feel nice and even. If you need any more stretching on any of the sides, feel free to take it. Then we're going to set up for our last supported posture of today. Now, if you don't have props today, if you don't have blocks or a cushion or big pillow, you can simply set yourself up in a shavasana as you normally would at the end of a yoga class and just take a few moments to rest. If you've got blocks and a cushion, we're going to come into a seated, reclined, bound angle pose. So you can go ahead and you can set up 2 blocks, one on the highest height, one on the medium height, maybe 1 to 2 inches apart. So that's going to be your little Stonehenge base. And then you're going to put your cushion right on top. You want to make sure that it's a pretty sturdy base here. Good. Now you're going to scoot yourself close so that your sacrum is touching the bolster, cushion, or pillow, whatever you're using. And then you're going to grab a hold of your strap and you're going to make a little support system here. So you'll loop the strap around your lower back and then you'll bring it forward and through the legs. And then now if you've got a strap that has this snazzy little buckle thing, you'll take a moment to connect those pieces, and then you're going to loop the strap around the feet. So it's going middle back, around, looping the feet, and you may have to play around with how long the strap is so that it's not super, super tense, but it is supporting your hips. And then you'll start to lay back. Now, again, if you need to make it tighter, you can make it tighter. And then you can allow the hands to just gently rest beside you. Or maybe you place one hand on the heart, the other hand on your belly. Allow the eyes to soften or close. We're just going to be here for a few breaths. When you're ready to come out of this pose, you can gently allow the knees to come in a little bit closer. You can start to come up. You'll unloop the strap. And then you'll unwrap it. And there you have it. So let me know how you are feeling after this yoga practice with the strap. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know what your favorite pose is to do with the strap. And I look forward to seeing you again on the mat soon.